Elise and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my recap show of Little Mix The Search. This video is going to be episode 3 and 4. So we're doing the girl vocal group today and the vocal and instrument group. So I also am wearing this like turtleneck shirt thing today. It's a bodysuit and I feel like I look like Steve Jobs. You know how we always wore like this attire? So love that for me. So here we are. I'm Elise Jobs today. So there you go. So yes, also please let me know if you want to see any like Halloween videos from me. I was thinking about doing a transformation into Crystal Method from RuPaul's Drag Race season 12. I don't know, please let me know because I would love to do that. I used to do little Halloween videos every once in a while, but don't really do that much anymore. Kind of lost the passion for it, but I think maybe some of them could be fun. Anyway, so let's get started, hold on, into the recap show. So we're starting with episode 3, which is the girl vocal group. I've got my notes here. Alright, starts off with Pez getting scared by the girls. Anytime the girls are being their silly, goofy selves, I just crack the fuck up because I think it's hysterical. So, you know, Pez being scared, we love that. So the girls are searching for, as the title suggests, they are searching for a girl vocal group. So it's basically, they're looking for another one of themselves, but not necessarily the dance, because in a few episodes time, there will be the girl, like, dance group, which is basically Little Mix. But this one's strictly based on the vocal. I've written here, Jessie Fandabadozy. I said, what the fuck is that, Mary? Like,
I feel fandabidozy.
okay, like fantabulous, phantasmagorical, I guess it goes with that. Just, I never heard fandabidozy before, so
Fandabidozy.
I'm loving it. I look a lot like Steve Jobs. Is really off-putting me right now. So Destiny's Child vibe. It's a very hard category because we're looking for, the girls are looking for a really strong group of vocalists to create this superior vocal group. The girls mentioned that they've got to be able to perform, give it some, be sassy, confidence, chemistry, and of course, the main thing of all these groups, they have to look good together, which I think the girls are doing a fantastic job of doing that to make sure that the group look great together, not just full of talent, which of course the groups are as well. Alright, so our first audition for the day is Tamara. She's 20 years old and she's Irish. That was probably really bad, sorry about it. She dreams of being in a girl band. And she saw Little Mix when she was 12, so we love Little Mixer. And she sang my favourite Billie Eilish song, which is Everything I Wanted, so I was gagged when that started playing.
Say, as long as I'm here, no one can hurt you. Don't wanna lie here, but you can learn to.
I wrote down here my notes here, not just everything that the girls were saying. I said she made the song her own, not copying Billie's style, which I like to see, because obviously Billie's got a very specific sound, and for a person to cover her song and not make it sound like a karaoke of her, fantastic. I love that. I said raspy, lovely, there was a lot of power in the voice. Jade thinks she's still trying to find who she is as an artist, which I see where she's coming from when she said that. So I agree. Jessie said she's obsessed with her voice, and Perry said vocally, I don't think you are right for this. So it's conflicting opinions here, but Perry said no, Lee said yes, Jessie said yes, and Jade said yes. So she's through to the band room. Next audition was Liz. She's 17 and she's a waitress. Did we mention everything? She probably said everything about 15,000 times.
It would just change everything. Everything. Like everything. Like I literally mean everything. I'm not even joking. Like I literally mean like it would change everything.
So everything. Jade again, back with it's Jade from Little Mix. We know. Mama, we know. Brenda, we know. Mary, we know. Let's go. This is Little Mix The Search. She doesn't need to say that every single time. I said, I'm into this. I was really into it. I said, boppy, sassy energy, a lot of attitude.
Oh, days and nights I lie beside my phone. When you gonna let me know? When you gonna let me know? All I hear is please leave your message after the tone. When you gonna let me know? I've been talking to your answer phone, Nana.
Jessie doesn't see her in a group. Jade said yes, Lee said yes, Jessie said no, Perry said no. My personal opinion here is when the girls are looking at girl vocalists, they're very specific and have a vision about what they want. So they're not just giving out the yeses easily. Like I find that, like you'll see in the instrument group, a lot of people got yeses. I mean, they did say no too, but I feel like, and they're always working together and they know what girls need and to succeed in the industry. So they had conflicting opinions, which obviously everyone has an opinion. So I feel like the girls are a lot harder on girl auditioners, but that is just to be expected, I think. Next is Tyler. She's 18. She has many pets and is a twin. Has never auditioned before and has never had a singing lesson. Big move to go in and just perform in front of anybody who's a celebrity, but to go in front of the intimidation station of Little Mix, oh my god. She decides just to drop in Circles by Mariah Carey. If you're going to audition, stay away from Mariah Carey. That is the hardest thing to do. But she starts to sing this Tyler, and all I wrote was, oh my god. Incredible. Blew my socks off. I wasn't actually wearing socks, but they were off.
In circles, keep on tumbling down. Oh, my world has changed, and I don't think I could make it without you.
Perry started crying. Just an absolute natural singer. Like, to die for this vocal. If I could just steal her voice, I would. Like, oh my god. Of course, without a doubt, 4 yeses. All the girls said yes. Now I've written here, Mama, who is Larry the Lamb?
But it sounds like Larry the Lamb.
I don't know. Hey Siri,
How can I help?
who is Larry the Lamb?
Toy Town was a BBC radio series for children.
So apparently this is Larry the Lamb. Sure, why not? I just next wrote, what the F is happening? Girls goofing around auditioning. Jade, first with her Cher voice. And then they start singing My Little Pony.
My little pony, you'll always be in my heart.
Like, I sing that 24/7, 1,000 times a day when I work at my childcare job because the girls are obsessed with My Little Pony, and also Jojo Siwa. The amount of Jojo Siwa songs I know, crazy now. But that's beside the point. So we've got My Little Pony. We also got, I haven't heard this song in about 14 years, I would say, and that is a Pizza Hut, Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut, a Pizza Hut, Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut, McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut. I haven't had that song in so long. When the girls started singing that, I was like, I used to sing that with my brother, like when we jump on the trampoline. Like, I don't know, it's my life. Next audition is Shanice. She has a daughter and was pregnant at 19, and she gave up music. Don't ever give up on music. So I'm glad that she was back here to pursue her dream. And, you know, just casually sings Jessie's audition song, Bust Your Windows. Oh my god! Jessie mentioned that it's a lucky song for her, so she hopes it's a lucky song for Shanice as well.
Glad I did it 'cause you had to love. I must admit it helped a little bit.
It gave me goosebumps when I watched it, like full hair stood up on my arm, like, oh my god. And the girls are living, and she got 4 yeses. Next is, I think you say it, Rakaya. She works in a burrito bar, we stand. And she's been singing for 5 to 6 months, so not a long time. Sings one of my favorite songs, which is Lizzo Juice. Heaps of energy, and received 4 yeses. So energy gets the secure into the band room, I'm feeling. Next is Jessica. She's 16 years old. Her dog sings, so that's absolutely iconic. I wrote interesting sound for me, and the girls all said no, which is really sad. She was a fantastic vocalist. It was interesting, but obviously it wasn't what the girls had in mind for this group that they are forming at the moment. Next is Maya Louise, and I didn't write anything special here. I didn't write what I was thinking. I just really enjoyed the performance, and all the girls said yes.
It wasn't one day, kept off the class for answering back. You apologize, any harm in that?
Next was Olympia. I wrote Cut Down Audition. It was very good, and she got through. So yes, yes, yes.
Just the way you make me feel. Oh! You make me feel.
And next was Esther. I wrote love a pep talk because in the last look room she was like, I can do this, you know, yeah. She just casually dropped that Little Mix are the biggest girl band in the world. Yeah. And she's a really natural performer. She got 4 yeses, so absolutely iconic.
I ask myself, do I let you go in the frame of my mind? Now I'm going blind to your sugar-coated life. Nothing sweet about my misery.
So this group was a much smaller group that got into the band room. Like I said before, the girls were very picky about what they wanted for this girl vocal group. So they didn't say yes to everyone, you know what I mean? We move on to the rehearsal stage. I also don't know how to spell rehearsal. Every time I wrote rehearsal, it was something different. So, they are performing One Last Time by Ariana Grande, one of my favorite Ari songs, so I love that. The girls screaming, Jessie's had goosebumps, Jade's got shivers. Then they split them into 2 groups, from the 7 into 2. The first group was more R&B style, and the second group was more pop, which I kind of like both. I vibed with both, just saying. Tamara got her 4th yes from Perry, because originally in her audition, Perry had said no and everyone else had said yes. So Perry gives her that final yes. I wrote here, loving the girls' deliberation, love seeing the girls' views on things. The girls, when they're sitting in that recording booth situation there, it was very fun and I felt really cool watching them see and talk about their different views on each girl and where things were working. So I thought that was really cool. Then it was time for the cut, and guess what? They're all put through. No one got cut because they all deserved to stay, and I fully agree. I didn't know what they were going to do at the time if someone was going to get cut. And there was only 7 anyway, so they didn't really need to cut anyone. So, now we're up to the concert audition. The girls mentioned that they don't really want to lose anyone, and there's no choirs allowed, was a quote there. So it was very interesting to see what the girls were going to do with this deliberation after the performance. I wrote down here, nice harmonies, girl group really trying to take it up that extra notch, which is what the girls had asked for in the rehearsal, which I think they truly did deliver that. Once the performance is over, there was a lot of energy and I really liked the performance. So once the performance was over, Little Mix went into that electronic room and Jessie stood up to do this situation today. She was a little bit more casual about the whole situation. She was just kind of like, yeah, over there, and then stopped. But when Leanne did it for those first 2 episodes, it was like, pew, 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 pew. So, yes, she was a little bit more calm with that. So once the girls had finally made their mind up, again, I love when the girls are voicing their opinion to each other. Like, I really liked her, but someone would have been like, no, I didn't really like that, or didn't give it to me today. I just really enjoyed that. So now it's time for the decision time. The girls are back, ready to tell everybody what's the situation. There's 5 spots that can be secured for this girl vocal group. And what just happened to me? Wait, I think I just mind blank just froze for a second there. The simulation is not happening at the moment. Okay, so the 5 that made it through were Shanice, thank God, I was rooting for her. Esther, Maya Louise, she was very shocked that she got put through, but she deserved it. Tamara, I said go on, I was rooting for her, especially because she got a no from Perry in the first audition, then she got that yes in the rehearsal, and then she took it up that extra notch to give Perry what she wants and to earn her spot in the group. So well done to Tamara. And of course, our little babes, Tyler. So unfortunately, Rakaya and Olympia were cut, which is sad, but they're extremely talented, and I'm sure if they audition for like any other show, they will be the next big thing, I'm sure. So that is my little recap of the girl vocal group episode. So let's now move on in to Sunday's episode 4, the vocal and instrument group. Now, this one, I've watched the episode 3 times. Once by myself, half by myself and half with my mum, and the 3rd time with my dad. My dad's a big muso, like, loves instruments, loves bands, so I had to replay this for him. He hates the English accent and finds it really hard to watch and listen and understand. He has a hard time hearing most of the time, but thank God there were subtitles on it, otherwise my dad would have had no idea what was going on. But, so this one, we're back into the auditions and we're looking for the vocal and instrument group. So Jade mentions like a female-driven one she was looking for. Didn't work out, spoiler alert. But yes. First up was Harry. He's 21. Me too, beach. He's a little comedian. I thoroughly enjoyed that little clip. I just love it. I love the bands, you know what I mean? He started to sing and he was a natural. He had a natural stage presence. He also had a lot of energy, which is energy.
Energy.
And he also has the look of like a rock band. He has like the moves, like you know, like you see bands and they kind of like hover over the microphone, but they're still singing at the same time. He had all those moves, which just are key in this type of group. Jade a little flustered, don't blame her. He's kind of a hottie, not gonna lie. And then he gets 4 yeses and is through to the band room. Next up is Joe. He works for a portable toilet company. He doesn't actually deal with the toilets. He sits in the office in a suit. He was very clear about mentioning that, so well done, Joe. He walks in and he has an acoustic guitar. That is the way to my heart because I love an acoustic guitar. Not that I can play it, but when I hear that, I love it. Perry mentions that he has a very old school voice. Jade said no, Jessie said yes, Perry said yes, and Lee said yes. So he is through to the band room in there with Harry.
And I can't seem to find what I'm wanting. It's changing all the time, and if you notice.
Next up is Cara. She's a hairdressing assistant. She walks in with an acoustic guitar as well, so that's another foot in the door for me. I wrote down beautiful voice, exclamation point, and she is absolutely beautiful, and she received 4 yeses as well, so on your Cara, well done.
To walk in the sun, and girls, they wanna have fun. Girls, they wanna have fun.
Next up was Morgan. He's only 16. I wrote shy, awkward, but that's his quote, not mine. He specializes in the keyboard. I used to play keyboard, not very well, could only play with one hand. And quit in like year 6 at school when I was 12. So he sings Lana Del Rey Video Games, which I personally love that song, but not necessarily Lana Del Rey's version, Trixie Mattel's version. The cover that Morgan sang on the show wasn't my favorite cover, but I understand why the girls have loved it. Just do me all a favor and go and listen to Trixie Mattel's cover of this song. It's on her YouTube channel.
Heaven is a place on earth with you. Tell me all the things you wanna do. And I heard that you like the bad girls, honey. Is that true?
That's more of what I look for when I hear this song. The way Morgan sang it was still very powerful and very talented, and I liked it, like his take on it.
Heaven is a place on earth with you. Tell me all the things you wanna do. I heard that you like the bad girls, honey, is that true?
But Morgan got 4 yeses, and rightfully so. He's very talented and something unique, so he got through to the band room also. Pez then is a full starfish on the lounge, you know, just very me vibes after a really hard day. Then they start talking about cleaning your belly button. Just curious, comment below if you clean your belly button, because I just kind of do like the loofah and I just go around and around and around, but Perry says she gets a scrubby gloves and she goes in her belly button. Just comment down below if you clean inside your belly button. Just curious to know. Okay, next up is Riley, 18, McFly super fan, incredible, and he's got a lot of confidence. Again, acoustic guitar, another foot in the door for myself. I sound like a broken record, but if you walk in with the acoustic guitar, that's a bing for me.
Everybody wants to know her name. I threw a house party and she came. And everyone asked me, well, who the hell is she?
I wrote down nice vocal, has a lot of range. Lee describes him as bubbly, and I could not agree more. He gave me that vibe straight away. Confidence is key, but he unfortunately got 4 no's, which was sad because I'm a good little sad face. It was really sad to see him go, but the girls know exactly what they're looking for, so it's not like you're not talented and they're not bad singers, it's just they're not what they're looking for on that day. Next up is Patrick, or as the girls were saying, Patrick. Acoustic guitar, mentioning it again. Power stance, I heard that in the clip, bit of school rock in there.
It's an ancient technique, it's called power stance.
Goal is to crowd surf, another little school rock thing that I picked up in there. I don't know if he's really talking about school of rock, but when you say power stance and stage dives, like, that's what I think of, because School of Rock is my favourite movie of all time. He walked in there and he's very complimentary of the set and the hair, and I wrote down, love his voice.
And when I lose control and the veil's overused, blame it on me. And when I dance alone, I know.
And he has a lot of charisma.
Charisma.
And he got 4 yeses, so that's the way. Next up is Dia. She mentions that she's not very stylish, so she wants to learn how to dress properly from Little Mix. The outfit, I have to agree, was not the best, but she rocked it and it looked great on her. So, love that for her. Jessie out here with the School of Rock reference. She said, loosey goosey, baby. Loosey goosey.
Remember, loosey goosey, baby, loosey goosey.
Loosey goosey, baby. Loosey goosey.
Alright, I wrote down lovely vocal, absolutely stunning, like, and I wrote down here, almost as good as my love for Tyler from the last episode.
Love me, but I know it's a lie. When I work so hard to keep you satisfied.
Oh.
And she, of course, got 4 yeses. You can't, like, take her away, but Jade mentioned she kind of fits in as a soloist, but they're being selfish and they want to take her and put her in a group. But again, if she auditioned for well, I don't know if X Factor's still happening anymore, haha, Simon Cowbell, or The Voice, or one of those shows, I'm sure, like, the next big solo artist, for sure. Next up is Jacob, crush on Pez. He's a keyboard player, hits us with a little Lewis Capaldi. Nice vocal, very pure and rich.
There must be something in the water, 'cause every day it's getting colder. And if only I can hold you.
Lee said she was very moved by it, and he got 4 yeses, and rightfully so. I think he was very talented. So next up is Leanne. She hits us with the whoa. I just started because I was pissing my pants laughing. I started writing like, I'm howling! Ah! Just incredible. I love when the girls do this goofing off stuff because, yes, us mixers know that this happens all the time and the girls are really funny and hysterical. But just for the general public watching on the BBC, like, they probably don't know this, so that was really funny to see that. Her name is Millie, short for Leanne. She used to be in an old group called Rhythmics. I just kind of wrote, ah! Do you want to hit us with a rap? And she starts rapping Going Nowhere. I'm sick of dragging you out, all you do is pull me down.
I'm sick of dragging you up, all you do is pull me down. I wish you could like cousin now, I ain't around.
And I just wrote, come on, nostalgia. And I was crying. This was hysterical to me. And then all of a sudden, David Attenborough is a bloody judge. Jade just turns into David Attenborough. He's like, I love.
Listen, Leanne. I didn't like it. I loved it. That's right.
And Lee got 4 yeses. Lol. Obviously. Alright, back to the real deal here. Next was Jack. It's us with a little bit of Led Zeppelin, which I love for this group. I don't necessarily listen to a lot of that type of music, but I loved it for this sort of audition. Nice guitar collection. I said my dad would live, and then I watched it with my dad, and my dad was like, my dad has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guitars. So he was kind of like looking and like saying, oh, like that's a Fender and that's a Gibson and whatever else other things he said there. So it was exciting for my dad especially. I wrote lovely guitar solo and then I said guitar tricks ... Girls finding this hysterical. He fully had the guitar on this and he was shaking his butt like hysterical. When I was watching this with my dad got embarrassed and had to leave for a second because my dad liked that a lot. But he had to leave because he got embarrassed for him. So I was like, oh.
You got a whole lot of love.
Jade said yes, Lee said no, Perry said no, and Jesse also said no, which is unfortunate because he had a lot of like confidence to go out there and do that, but he didn't get through. All right, next up is Billy, and he sings his own song, Tribute to his Granddad. Oh my God, when you say things like that, I go, oh, I'm so like choked up by that. I said nice voice, easy listening, Ed Sheeran vibes. Again, he walked in with an acoustic guitar. It was a very small guitar, my dad mentioned. He made me write that down. He says girls, so I think he's a Scottish.
Just 17 and 21, too young to know it then, but they were falling in love.
Again, 4 yeses. Like, I was crying. Like, he did such a good song. The song was beautiful and really well constructed and real well written in my opinion, so I loved it. Okay, next up was Machio. He works at the bank. Jesse said, I just want to be Irish. I agree, but I want to be Scottish. Girls, world, like, I want to be Scottish so bad. Anyway, I wrote nice performance and also really nice vibe. I kind of really enjoyed Machio.
You're not around, you know I never meant to let you down, I would've gave you anything.
Jade said no, Lee said yes, Jesse said yes, and Pez said yes. So that is the end of the audition stage of the episode. Next is the rehearsal. They start singing Young Blood by 5 Seconds of Summer. We love a little bit of Aussie representation there. And Young Blood is one of my favourite 5 Seconds of Summer song. Actually, I think it is my favourite 5 Seconds of Summer song. Also Teeth. Anyway. I wrote love Young Blood, great song choice for this particular group. Jade's really out here trying to pry out the energy. And also Jade was grilling Patrick, you know. Maybe because you got an audition the next day, you shouldn't be doing that, playing hockey or whatever he was playing in the rain, getting sick. But,
Right, so that probably wasn't the best idea if you had an audition the next day.
Yeah, that's very
First
true.
of all.
That's very true.
Oh, he's getting grilled!
I would hate to be told off by Jade like that, so. It was split into 2 groups. So the first group was a lot rockier, and the second group was just a hot mess. But then Perry decided to get them to just strip it back and do it the way that they would like to do it. And I really appreciated the slow version of the song. But for this group, I really don't think that group would have survived if they kept it in the 2. Because Jesse mentioned, like, no one's going to sing, Young Blood, say you want me, say you want me. Like, you want to give it some power. I mean, they could have gone on there and sung Power, you know. Like, they could have done anything like that. It's time for the cut. 2 were cut. I don't think I wrote down who was cut. A bit interesting. I'll have to watch back and put that in here because I didn't write it down for some reason.
As you know, we can't take all 9 of you through to the concert stage. And for us, we just felt as though you guys weren't right for the group that we're looking for.
Next is the live show. So they do a mashup of Young Blood and I Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry. Oh my God. Never would have thought to put those songs together, but it worked and gelled well together as a collaboration song situation. So I wrote I Live. What I liked about this performance was they were like really incorporating the crowd, like getting them to clap and like getting the crowd involved. I just wrote here, Harry in a spotty shirt, absolute killer performance. Like every time that it was panning, I was looking for him because he was taking it there and making the other group work harder to be on his level. Harry was just an absolute natural, and like if he didn't get in the group, which spoiler alert, he does, I would have been really, really upset because he was absolutely legendary for this performance. And like he went over to Dia and was like singing in her microphone, and like that is what I get from like a really big like instrument band. Like, so after the performance, the girls go back and do deliberations with the fun screen. Perry decides she is now this situation. She is again more chill than Leanne when she was doing it, and a little bit more chill than Jessie when Jessie was doing it. She was kind of like, yeah, over there, and then she would talk about stuff and she's like, no, go back over there, and start talking again, and then put her hand up and move back over. So it's interesting to see the different takes of how the girls control. I don't even know if they are controlling it, but they're doing a whole lot of these movements. Now it's time for the results, we should say. When Perry starts saying, there are 4 spaces in this band, and it's like, it gives me chills, but it also is really hard for me to see Perry so serious because she's always so bubbly and chatty and just always just so when she was so serious, I was like, whoa.
That there are 4
spaces in this band. Final lineup of the vocal and instruments band is...
So the 4 spaces are taken up by Harry, woo, Jacob, Patrick, and Machio. Jay didn't want Machio in the audition, but Machio got through Machio. So that's iconic. Unfortunately, Dia, Joe, and Billy got cut. And there's only 2 more bands to create before we get into live shows. One of the episodes is already aired by the time this video is out, which is the girl dance group, and then the episode after that will be the rap R&B group. Woo! So I'm very excited about those last 2 episodes. Hopefully my next video out before the live shows. So I hope you enjoyed my little recap video. If you did, give it a giant thumbs up. Let me know down below what you'd like to see me do next. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and all my social medias. They're all linked down below. Comment down below who you're rooting for. My favorites so far are the vocal and instrument band and the mixed group. I really enjoy the mixed group. But I'm also really into the boy band, but I'm also really into the girl vocal group. So I'm just into all of them at the moment. So yeah, really loving this show and it's incredible. So we stand. So that is it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, giant thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys!